Welcome back to Ask Sloan, everybody.
Sponsored by Zentavos. Keep more of your money.
Welcome back to Ask Sloan. I'm Sloan. I'm sitting here with one of my best friends, Chicken Mike. He is the founder and, co-founder with his amazing wife, Miss Nicole, of the Garden Hen. And we've built a few things over the years, Sweet Lucy and City Chickens and a bunch of different projects. It's been a wild ride.
Successes and failures, and you always make your best out of your failures.
Hey, fail your way to success. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up, Chicken?
Man,
what you want to talk about today?
I do want to have a praise Jesus moment right now.
Hey, praise the Lord.
Okay, so I mean, I know this is cliche, but you know, some of the challenges I've had without getting in too depth, you know, to backstory, but Nicole being diagnosed with her brain tumor.
I remember, bro.
A little over 2 years ago.
That was tough.
It's weighed on our family, our business, our lifestyle, you know, and she stopped driving a car for, you know, it was almost now at 2 years.
Ooh.
And when we would have our business with our service side of our business where we clean chicken coops in backyards like a pool service, dividing and conquering was a statement we made all the time.
Yeah.
And so the last 2 years, there hasn't been a lot of dividing and conquering, you know, and I will say as of late, the last 30 days or so, Nicole's been pushing that little ticker and and humbling herself to get in a car and saying, you know, I might get dizzy and I might have to stop and I'm going to go slow, but I'm going to get back in this car and start building my life back.
Nicole's driving again?
I mean,
man,
to some places, man.
Hey,
and she's actually hit a couple coops on her own.
Heck
So I mean, like
on.
that's the dividing and conquering and the strong wife that I know and have loved my entire life.
That's what I'm talking about.
Seeing her debilitated the last couple of years has been something that's been very humbling to me.
Tough, bro.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Well, congratulations, man.
Yes.
Tell her,
I just was excited about that.
Yeah. Crushing it. So happy to hear that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. So, I mean, like, I know this is Ask Sloan, so I've come with a slew of questions on different stuff, different topics that, you know, I thought about. But, you know, one thing that got me thinking about my own personal life, my own personal challenges, me having to forgive my father through suicide. Do you think, in your own opinion, we're not medical professionals over here, do you think suicide's hereditary?
I don't know. I don't think that the act of committing suicide is hereditary. I do somewhat believe in family curses.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe that there are definitely we call them mental health struggles these days, right?
Sure.
I believe that there's definitely that, and that can be generational. I don't know about hereditary necessarily, but how you approach that, right? So I don't like to, you know, make people feel like that, because I don't think there's condemnation. I don't think it's like, hey, like you don't have free will and the ability to say, hey, like I got dealt a bad hand, but I'm not going to let that, you know, I'm going to overcome. I'm going to be an overcomer, right? So I believe that everyone has an opportunity to overcome, but I do believe that that every family has generational things that they struggle with, and I think that, you know, suicide can be one of those things.
Well, I mean, leading into struggling with our business and how this has affected my life and in my business, watching my dad be a con artist basically my entire life, you've had to help me through struggles when it regards to knowing my own wealth. And so like with our business, when we were building our chicken business, I definitely didn't pay myself enough in the beginning. You know what I mean? I didn't charge enough for the coops. We didn't charge enough for the service. And thankfully enough, I had somebody like you to sit with me long nights in my office garage. And as much as you told me, I don't even think this is going to work, it ended up working because I started charging enough, you know? So,
you did.
You know, and that helped, you know, and that was very helpful for us during that time, because I know you and I went through long nights where we were just like, dude, this is not going to work.
And I love that office garage, bro.
Yeah.
Those were very tough times for both of us. But you know, we were able to come together and really just, you know, work hard on strategy and figuring out how to make our way, you know, together. I was so grateful for the support that you gave me, for sure. And we've overcome a lot, bro.
Sure.
And how does that relate to the suicide question? I mean, is
From the standpoint, like I fear like, my children's children, I fear like, is this somewhere it's never really been anything that I've heard about in our family before,
right?
But narcissism definitely runs rampant with somebody that could make that decision.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
and me being an only child, I have like tendencies of being selfish, which I would never ever completely. I definitely never kill myself. Number one, but like I could be selfish, and like anybody can be selfish. And I worry about my kids. Look at them. None of them are really selfish. I mean, my oldest daughter, she was a single daughter for 10 years. She has little tendencies just like I do, but nothing like major. But I mean, I look at it like, how do they deal with depression? How would they deal with adversity? How would they deal with doing something bad and then maybe having to reconcile that failure?
Sure.
Would they handle it like my dad? And I'd hope not.
Well, I think it's a great question. And I definitely think that it needs to be thought about. My family has those struggles. I don't even know if we've talked about that or not, but for sure, my family has those struggles, and I grew up wanting to commit suicide, and that's why I did drugs, because I didn't want to like actually kill myself, but I wanted to die.
Sure.
And I can tell you only just from my own experience why I wanted to die, and it was because I felt hopeless. Right, I had zero hope of overcoming the obstacles that I faced. And I did not feel liked and loved. And I did not see a path. I didn't see a win. I didn't see a journey worth taking. All I saw was pain and suffering. And all I felt was pain and suffering. And that's why I had no hope. And I knew Jesus, but I didn't want to be here no more. Right now, my journey from overcoming that, went through some incredibly dark places, and like it just kind of became obvious to me, like I wasn't gonna get the easy road out,
Right.
So it was gonna be like, okay, well, either I'm gonna keep getting locked up, or I need to make some real changes, and that's when I decided to figure out what was wrong with me. And the funny thing about that is, in the journey of trying to figure out what was wrong with me, I realized there was nothing wrong with me. And then that's when somebody taught me how to love myself. And that's what made the change. Like I loved Jesus, but I didn't love me, bro.
Sure.
Like period.
Building confidence for my girls is my biggest
help
goal,
them
to
love
help them love
themselves.
themselves. Yeah,
100%. And that I was all that story to say, hey, in my opinion, the answer to suicide is loving yourself. Yeah. And the scripture is, Jesus says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And we overlook the love yourself part. We are not to think more highly of ourselves than we are, or even more lowly of ourselves than we are, but to think of our value in the terms of Christ's love for us, that he died on the cross for us specifically, not broadly, but specifically. He thought of Chicken Mike. He thought of your daughters. He thought of every single one of us individually when he did that. So that's the value, in my opinion, that is the value that we hold. That's where our love for self comes from. And if it's pure, because in fact, most narcissists, most people who are full of themselves don't actually love themselves.
There was no way my dad loved himself.
Do you feel do you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. And the more your dad continued to dissolve into darkness, the further away he was from that place. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you were with me one night. We had put a tracker on his truck and watched him literally traffic a young lady from apartment complex to apartment complex, and ended up with me having a gun pulled on me at a Church's Chicken at Long Point and Gessner.
Bro, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Bro, it was crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
bro, I thought you were done.
Yeah.
And I was like standing right there. Like I thought we were both done.
Yeah.
Like I was like, dude. And that dude came off it and took off. He was spooked, man.
Yeah, he was.
He was spooked.
Probably
bro.
was just like a regular
He didn't get
D-boy
it.
or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know, I was talking fast and I told him what I was doing. Sorry, I leaned up against your car.
Yeah.
Wasn't taking a picture of your car. I was taking a picture inside the church.
Yeah.
Church's chicken, excuse me.
Church's chicken.
Yeah.
Come on. No, man, those days were scary, bro.
Yeah.
But we made it, bro. Here we are.
Yep.
And we've done a lot of praying for Dad, you know. Your family's been through a lot, bro, but I'm very, like I said, I'm very proud of you, bro. You have a lot to be thankful for.
Very much. And I'm very proud of my mom too. She had a rough
Roz
go.
has been doing great, man.
You know, she's working her little small job. She lives with us, and very thankful that she has a better life than she had, and she had a time to turn a page and forgive herself for the time that she spent with him, you know, and move on.
Bro, and cancer survivor and all that in a bag of
Yep.
chips, man. No, super awesome.
Yep.
Super awesome. I want to just mention, I love this condescending concept that we've been talking about for, I don't know, probably 10 years now.
Could be a good flick.
And I really hope that we get that on paper one day.
Yeah.
We've got an incredible story about his dad, and we call it condescending. And it's a play on words. It's a definite pun on purpose, but it's kind of like a Match Men type movie. But it's gonna be based on truth. And so we're looking for producers, and I promise you, it's a blockbuster.
Definitely.
So
is.
be looking for that at some point.
And it's not one that's going to end well. You know, it's not going to have a happy ending, but it does have a happy ending because, you know, sometimes families grow out of stigmas and the curse is broken, you know, and there's ways to break that, you know.
Well, we believe he was protecting you guys.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. In the end,
it wasn't
that's
just
what
hope.
it was. Yeah.
Hopelessness. We do believe that he was protecting you guys. And, like I said, here you are.
It wasn't just cocaine and hookers for him on the way out.
It was not, bro.
No, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. So I don't know. Let me think of something. I'll change it up and go a little lighthearted on
Let's
you.
do
Want to
it.
go
Come on.
lighthearted?
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, we went deep.
that was dark. What ticks you off more? Somebody that backs into a parking spot and can't do it really just in one time, or somebody that leaves their cart out at a grocery store right in the middle of the parking spot, right in the middle of the handicap aisle. And that leads me into a show. Have you seen Cart Narcs?
I've not seen that.
Okay.
And I don't like the carts.
You don't like the carts?
That frustrates me more than anything is a cart right in the middle of the parking spot. It's just like what is going on, man?
Dude,
and I don't even like, to be honest with you, I don't even like the cart return things. You know what I mean? Like, because they're taking over the spot. But I mean, you need them. But carts everywhere, bro. Nah, man. I hate going to the store, bro.
Okay, so that follows up with you got to see Cart Narcs. Okay, so Cart Narcs is this guy, and it starts off. I think his name is Agent Sebastian.
Okay.
And so he has like a little, like imagine a dude with like a little vest get up, a little wand,
right.
And he has these magnets. It says, "I'm a lazy bone or won't return my cart." And so he sees a person in a cart, and he doesn't work for HEB, doesn't work for Kroger, wherever he's at. He doesn't work for him. He just does this independently and has like a show, like a podcast, like what you got.
That's hilarious.
And he walks up to the cart. He's like, "Weep skiddly wee doo," and he like flags them down. They roll their window down. 9 times out of 10, people are like mad at him.
Yeah.
But he's just like calling them out, like, "Dude, just put it back. The cart return is like 15 steps right there."
Yeah.
And so they back up, and inevitably he throws a magnet on their car, and then they are like, "Get that shit off my car," and then they like get all tough about it. And he's like, "I'm an agent." He's like, "I'm a highly sexually trained agent," or something like that. He's like, "I'm in great shape. You can't even catch me if you wanted to beat me." He just gets under their skin by being funny and nice, and he doesn't curse at them, but he does throw the magnet on their car, which is a little invasive, might get him shot one day. But Cart Narcs
in Texas,
bro,
man.
it's
Cart Narcs.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Hey, everybody, Cart Narcs. Chicken Mike says that's a show to watch.
I go down the rabbit hole all the time.
I don't really like, the Practical Jokers. I mean, I'm Impractical Jokers. Like,
I'm not a fan of that.
I'm very.
This one's pretty good.
Like, congratulations, like they made it. Like,
Yeah.
it's like super, super awesome. But like that stuff just like gives me the like heebie. Like I can't like the pranks that they do. I just don't. Oh,
some of them are not funny.
It irks me. Like,
some of them are not
bro.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll check it out. Cart Narcs.
Yeah, Cart Narcs. It's funny, dude. It's totally funny. Let me see. I got a slew of things right here. Because you wouldn't let me preload you with anything.
No, I don't like.
Dude, how do we stop texting and driving? What drives me batshit crazy, let me tell you something. I'm guilty of texting at a red light, okay? But I'm not technically driving. So I will say that to say this. You go down the freeway and you see dudes like this, and they're like behind the wheel going 65. How in the heck do we stop that shit?
Well, we got billboards, we got laws, we got all the stuff.
They're not effective.
I'm going to be honest with you. The only way to stop it, bro, is for the phone companies, okay? The actual phone companies, okay? To use the GPS that's in the phone to track your speed and not allow the phone to be used.
Kind of like how you got your insurance, how you can tie your insurance to it, and if you drive well, don't slam on your brakes.
Other than a phone call, the phone doesn't work while you're going at certain rates of speed. Now, that would suck if you were in a plane or a train.
Sure.
Okay.
But you could put it in plane mode.
Maybe you could put it in airplane mode. Maybe you could put it in train mode. But then people would just put it in train mode and drive a car.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't, unfortunately, even though it's absolutely deadly, it's the honor system, bro. And, bro, I'm guilty, man.
I'm not saying I've never done it. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm not proud of it. My wife, absolutely, she wants me to live till be 120 years old. So, she's gets really upset. And especially if, I'm driving her and Michaela around. But
what Nicole and I have is, since she's in the passenger seat all the time right now, at a light, that's my time to get on my phone. And so, and she's got to tell me when the light turns green. But if she gets on her phone when we're at a red light and I get honked at, I get so mad at her. I'm like, babe. and then what's so funny,
babe,
bro?
That's your job.
No, it's so funny though. The funniest part about this, and it's hilarious, she's gonna get mad at me for telling the story, but it's funny. She'll pout and she'll put the phone up as I start to drive. I'm like, no, by all means, go back to your game, go back to your text.
Keep going.
And now it's time for me to drive.
Don't stop now.
Yeah,
you missed it.
Go back to it.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, somehow it's always her fault.
I love that. But I agree, man. I think it's super scary, especially our oldest daughters are driving, and that's my wife's thing. It's you're being a terrible example. Do you want your daughters texting and driving? I'm like, no. And I don't have any confidence in their abilities. And the truth is even if I'm good at it, one day it's going to be a frustrating text. It's going to be an emotional text. It's going to be a something, actually a van stopped short on me on 45 yesterday. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yesterday, I'm not texting though, but I am on the phone. Mm-hmm. And I looked and my car beeped at me. Praise the Lord. I had the beepers on the front end. Mm-hmm. Okay. And he goes beep, beep. And I looked up and it went, whoo! I had to swerve out of the way of hitting his, because I was getting over anyways, but he had stopped short. And so I had,
and you can't always account for other people. That's why you have to keep that distance.
Well, you can't. And you need time to pay attention. Is somebody in this lane? That's what I was actually doing. It's just making sure nobody's in that lane.
So you could change.
And hopefully my brain realized that nobody was in that lane and nobody was, and so I made but I had to swerve. So if somebody was in that lane, I was done either way. Mm-hmm. It's tough.
Yeah. So I've been actually noticing something, new subject. A lot of changes on the shelves with our food products right now. And I think that has to do with RFK. And hear me out when I say this.
Okay, all right. But you think it's good or bad?
Good. I think I'm seeing chip initiatives, where Doritos. All right. They have different dyes in them, less dyes in them, something that...
Well, I think, did they outlaw red?
Well, they've done red 5, but it's going to take time for these companies to be able to dwindle back and peel back the bad crap.
Can you still light Doritos on fire?
I don't know, dude. But I saw something the other day that terrified the you-know-what out of me. It was Hershey's chocolate, and it won't melt.
Yes. And it won't melt.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a true challenge or not,
Oh, bro.
But maybe your audience can go test the theory.
Well, apparently please let us know if you find some chocolate that doesn't melt.
It's Hershey's, particularly.
It's Hershey's chocolate. I heard that they bought Reese's.
Yes.
And it's not real peanut butter anymore.
No, they actually have to change the ingredients back to real peanut butter because so many people caught on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I think that's RFK. I honestly think it's a part of that administration.
Whoever it is, bro, it's been needed forever. I'll tell you what I saw that's super important. Okay. And it just blows my mind. Okay. We grew up believing that the FDA and the EPA and all these 3-letter agencies, were government agencies. They're not. They're private agencies that are funded by the government, number one.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, that they were there to protect us, right? Like the FDA. We read Jungle Fever or the Jungle. I think it was the Jungle. We read the Jungle, which was a book on the meatpacking industry back in the early 1900s or something. I don't really remember what time period, but it was bad. Like it was like all the meat was moldy and all this stuff. Like people were dying from it. Like this is terrible, and there was no regulation. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the FDA was created, and so then we had regulation, and it cleaned everything up. Great, okay. But then now we've gotten so far. So long story short, Europe has got a list of 1,000 chemicals that are banned.
Sure,
cannot be used in Europe. Period. Okay, period.
Even at like a McDonald's, their whole ingredient list has to be completely different.
Our list is 4.
Yeah, that's
we have nice. 4 of that same list. Only 4 of them are banned. Okay, and we've known for I don't know how long about glyphosate. We've known this for a long time, and it's still being sold by the bajillion gallons, bro. Like it's just unbelievable. And I personally think that it is the cause of the thyroid issue. And that's an epidemic. Okay.
And I often wonder if Nicole's brain tumor is connected to her thyroid, connected to her gluten allergy.
I'm not saying diet, yes, that's the case, but I totally understand why you think that. And, I get it. Big corporations are slow to change or whatever, but I mean, they have families too. Like figure something else out.
Okay, well, I mean,
I don't understand.
Didn't all the people of Meta and Google and all that didn't even let their own kids have technology that they had?
Yeah, so, then they're defending themselves saying, "Oh, it's not dangerous for teenagers."
Exactly.
They just lost. It's terrible. I get it. It's frustrating, bro. Mm-hmm. Well, I am glad for the changes. It's about time. And Sherry and I, our health journey, Sherry's health journey, and we started with removing high fructose corn syrup. Mm-hmm. Removing what was the salt one?
MSG.
MSG. Uh-huh. We began to limit as much as possible processed foods, and went as organic as possible. Sure. And we did that in 2008-ish, when it was like not even like it was super not popular, and it was really difficult
and much harder to find stuff
and very expensive.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until Sherry went no gluten, no dairy, no soy that she was able to reverse her autoimmune.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nicole's in her beginning journeys of the no gluten, and it's maddening because she's Italian.
It's so tough.
Bread, pasta.
I'll tell you, the brown rice pasta, in my opinion, is the absolute closest to real pasta. Okay, but if you can get it imported, mm-hmm. okay, from Italy, mm-hmm. without the glyphosate, mm-hmm. I'm told it's not an issue. But she does have the thyroid issue.
Sure.
So because of the thyroid issue, it's not the glyphosate itself; it's the gluten molecule. So it still may not be great. But I mean, and I've been just personally frustrated about this too, because of what my wife has gone through and watching what your wife has gone through. I mean, Nicole's journey has been up and down and up and down. And it's so difficult to just maintain, mm-hmm. And we all have that problem. It's like we do great for like 2, 3, 4 years. And then all of a sudden, something else,
mm-hmm.
Oh right. My goodness.
That's how it's felt in the last couple of years. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad that. How's the tumor situation? I mean, there's no more tumor.
I mean, it's benign. It doesn't shrink and it doesn't grow.
Okay.
And it just chills.
Cool.
And it's on her pituitary gland, which is a weird thing. She goes to the doctor every month, blood work every month.
Yeah.
They do the scans like twice a year.
Okay.
I think she's even dialed back her scans to now she only has to go once a year. Yeah. Unless her numbers change on the blood work.
That's what happened to our youngest, right? When they found the lesion on mm-hmm. in her brain, and that's what they called it, was a lesion. They didn't really know. It was like 5 centimeters or whatever. So we did an MRI like every 6 months for like 2 years, and then it went to like once a year, and then after like I think after about 3 years, it was gone. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if this thing sits there the rest of her life. You know, I mean, her endocrinologist, he's awesome. Took a bunch of doctors to figure out what the heck was wrong with her.
Yeah.
But once we did, we're sticking with this dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a little out there with, you know, some of his practices, but sometimes they're more like holistic, which we kind of appreciate that approach anyways.
Yeah.
So that's something to be thankful for.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Let's go with, let me see.
Well, we're running down to the end.
Yeah, so we got a short subject.
If you got a quick one.
All right, so I'm going to pepper you real quick.
Yeah, hit me. Speed round.
And even if you don't like either of these choices, you have to choose one.
Oh, great.
Pepsi or Coke?
Oh,
when you were drinking soda.
So Pepsi is sweeter.
Sure.
Okay. And there was a time when I chose Pepsi, and there was a time when I chose Coke. I'll tell you, my favorite right now is a Mexican Coke with the organic sugar.
Now, do you know?
I'm sorry, it's not organic sugar; it's cane sugar.
Yeah, the cane sugar. But the hack is the Mexican Coke that has the red label is in it, and it may even say like medio litro or whatever it says. I don't know if I pronounce that right.
Okay.
That's really not made in Mexico. The only ones that are still made in Mexico are the black label that
really?
have the cane sugar. So the red label that's a glass bottle does not have the cane sugar in it. You have to find the black label ones, and you usually got to go to like a taqueria or like a meat market.
I was
a Mexican
getting
meat
them when
market.
they were red label.
No.
So they changed it?
Yes.
Oh.
That's not cane sugar.
That's terrible.
I know.
It says cane
black
sugar.
label. Well, I'm
or
not.
It said it used to.
Yes,
I haven't
that's what I'm
had
saying.
one in a long
I'm pretty
time,
sure
so.
it's all the new.
Okay, they changed.
Have to be black label. Yeah.
Terrible Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so let me think. Driving or flying?
Flying, bro. I mean, it depends though. I'm not flying to Austin.
What's the best food you've eaten in the last year that wasn't because you had a great company around you? It was the best thing you ate. So exclude a family meal or friends. Like you could have been with them, but
oh, okay. Well, you were saying earlier, like
no, I'm not saying you didn't have to. No, not by yourself, but just like meaning that can't be the reason why it was the best meal.
The best meal. I don't know. I don't know if it's the best, but this is the one that comes to mind. I was in Boston. It was my first time to eat a lobster roll in the clam chowder. And I got it at Local, I think, or something.
They're known for their chowder in Boston, right? Yeah.
So good, bro. And I was by myself, but
there you go.
That was pretty good.
So how much traveling by yourself have you done this year? And do you find traveling by yourself is more like a getaway? But I know you're on business, but like, do you find it to be more productive, or do you find like if you were to even take a family vacation, I've seen you take your computer with you and you still get stuff done. You're never off, except for Saturdays.
I don't think I've traveled by myself this year. I used to travel a lot by myself.
Right.
But actually, most of my traveling now is either with Dad or with Sherry or with the family or something like that.
Got you.
Well, that is the end of part one. We're going to hang out with Chicken Mike for part two, so stick around for that next week. But we're going to leave you with some wisdom of the week. And I think the most important thing that we talked about today was love yourself, okay? Super important, guys.
Build self-confidence.
Self-worth, right? You are valuable. You are loved. You are important. You have a purpose, okay? Love yourself. When you love yourself, then you can love others. And then you can begin to enjoy life in a way that kind of cuts through the bitterness. I mean, and it may take turning the TV off a little bit. I'm going to be real honest with you because there's a bunch of crap on there. So love yourself. Please love yourself. We love you. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and shoot us a message. Let us know some topics you want us to talk about. Have a great week.
Sponsored by Centavos. Keep more of your money.